Friend of mine, Zoe. Hi, Zoe.
Hi.
How are you? Nice to
I'm
see you.
okay.
Nice to see you so much. And thank you so
I'm
much for
glad.
coming. How's school? How is it going? I know you're very busy. Maybe I'll let you introduce yourself because viewers may have seen you, but maybe they still don't know you. So maybe introduce yourself a little bit.
Oh, thanks so much, Kirsten. Uh, Hi everybody. My name's, as she has introduced, my name's Zoe Kuyanda, and I'm from Zambia. So I'm glad to be here. I wish I could do the whole long introduction like I did last time, but I think we'll get to know each other more and just really get to interact as I get to speak with my friend Kirsten. Thank
Yes.
you.
Wow, thank you so much for having you, Zoe. Zoe, you are a founder for at Girl Coders in Zambia. So, can you tell us a little bit how you are supporting and encouraging girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics?
Okay, like my colleagues have mentioned, those were actually very brilliant points they brought out about STEM, its importance, its benefits, and why exactly that girl child we're trying to reach out to should pursue a career in STEM. So basically, on my end, I really get to flow with what the rest of the people have already highlighted, and I'll just get straight into responding how exactly I'm also taking part in ensuring that the girls actually having a hand or actually getting to have an opportunity to be encouraged to pursue a career in STEM. So, like you have mentioned, even in my introduction, I'm a young girl from Zambia, and Zambia is one country that I have seen to also have a challenge with regards to young people getting to have active participation in STEM. So
Yes.
for me, I founded a non-governmental organization which is Girl Coders Zambia. So basically, with Girl Coders, we have actually taken up the interest to encourage young girls by holding mentorship sessions with young
Mhm.
people who are coming up, and we've targeted basically young girls who are still in school because it is a stage where they are really a bit confused. Some do not know what exactly they want to do. Some just have interest and they don't know how exactly they can just go ahead with um, professionalizing what their interests are. So with those mentorship sessions, we just talk about the endless possibilities that STEM has. We talk about the good sides of STEM. We talk about its importance, and from that, we're able to see that the young girls actually get to have interest. Because one thing I have noticed is people know what STEM is, but they do not know what is in for it for them. So if
Yes.
yes, I get into STEM, what am I finding? What challenges am I going to face? So it's those things that I feel are lacking because in most cases, if these young people get to school, most of the focus in schools is just to build um, the knowledge of young people with regards to the subjects that are offered based on the current curriculum of the country. So it doesn't go further to actually explaining why am I learning science? Why am I learning mathematics? It just ends on you need to learn this subject. So I think
Yes.
that's where I just felt the passion to just jump in and talk to these young girls to just help them get that understanding of the reason why they should learn math, the reason why they should learn science and other courses that are related to STEM. Because with that regard, they'll be able to make the decisions on why they should pursue such careers or why exactly they should get into it. Because most of the information I have seen in
Mhm.
schools really gets to push to teaching, nursing. There's so much detail provided for these careers. But if we talk about engineers, we talk about programmers, people who are in IT,
Yes.
we talk about just mathematicians who are writing algorithms. It's rare that
Yes.
students will really have a deep understanding in such people with those professional careers. So that's where we come in as Girl Coders Zambia to just highlight and bring out what is in for them if they really got to pursue a career in STEM. So we leave it open because yeah, we cannot really go further into letting that girl child really pursue that career. So we just end at giving them that knowledge, and with the options that they have, they're able to freely choose whether or not they want to. Because for others, they just have that doubt And because it's a male dominated section, so it's also really like a challenge. So if these girls really were given that push, that encouragement to say STEM is something that you can manage. It may actually be occupied by men, it's male dominated, but even as a girl, you really have the capacity and ability to become a great person in that career path. So that's one part for girl coders. And the other one is we have measured, even from the name coders,
Yes.
we get the concept of coding. So we've actually taken up the concept to also teach technology, which is in the actual aspect of coding. So we teach basic coding, we teach web development. We're also looking to get into a bit of robotics and software engineering.
Yes.
So that's what I would say on my end about what Girl Coders really is doing with regards to STEM and young girls.
Wow, Zoe, I'm just so proud of you. And I'm here to support you through and
Thank
through.
you.
Remember that we've got projects we'd like to do together. So I'm
Yes,
just
definitely.
so proud of what you're doing and just the effort of thinking in those lines of trying to educate the girls, to try to educate people around that when they venture into this type of subjects or classes, this is what they are going to become. If they, to expose them to coding, that is a very good gesture. I really, really, really uphold what you're doing.
Thank you
So,
so much.
the other thing I would like to talk to my viewers, please, guys. Zoe is on LinkedIn. I'm now trying to expose her. Please, guys, give her some support, some love. If there is anything that she may need, just to push this endeavor going, of course. And I don't know if you'd like to also tell some of our viewers, of course, Zambians will be watching. Is there anything that you need support around you concerning this program that you're doing?
Well, thank you so much for laying that platform for me. I was not really expecting it, and I'm glad. I'm a bit speechless, but it's good to always be ready.
Yes.
So, basically, the utmost help and support that I would really like from Zambians is just that heart of appreciating STEM. So
Yes.
it begins from that. So as girl coders, the greatest challenge that we have really is, I would say, maybe with the community, because
Mm.
people, like I said, it's the education of bit that is really lacking. So people do
Yes.
not know. So every time we reach out to young girls, try to probably speak to their parents, because looking at the age of the people that we engage, it's people who actually need consent from their guardians or parents before we actually get to engage them in the programs that we have. So the
Yes.
utmost support is, if you have this knowledge about coding, you have this knowledge about STEM, share it with the next person, especially in Zambia. I'm bringing it out as Zambians. We might not really have a platform to really get to upskill ourselves and build our section of technology, but it's always important. First, I'll just at mostly um, encourage that you tell the next person about the importance of technology. Like Kirsten has already laid this platform. We as Zambians also can also just have a platform where we can build for lack of better terms, maybe let me just use a platform, build platforms where the community and people can engage and learn about this. And one other thing also I would like is, if you're really interested also in seeing that technology and STEM are really imparted in the young girls, you can reach out to me, like Kirsten said. You can reach out on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever platforms that you would like. If anything, I could share my number in the chat or the comment section, and then we can begin to engage from there. It's
Yes.
important that we have partnerships, because um, it's always great to move with somebody. Alone, you might move faster, but together you move further. So if you'd like to engage, to have partnerships or anything, we're really open to that, because we really look to impact a number of girls. And the vision that we have is to see a lot of girls get engaged in technology, in science, in engineering, and in mathematics. But it looks quite hilarious because we're doing this on our own, but we're really looking forward to having more people on board so we could actually hold hands and do all this together. So it would not really be a one-man show, but it's about Zambians and what exactly we want to achieve. It's about the generation that we want to see, because we have already witnessed the fact that STEM is really the driving force for many things. So if we really got to step up and actually get to impart this knowledge in the young people, we are really building the next generation of people with
Wow.
knowledge of
And
STEM.
Zoe,
And
sorry not to cut you. You just
God,
touched my
fine.
heart. When you say impacting the next generation, that's my passion, guys. The next
Yeah.
generation to involve a lot of girls in the next generation. I know we may not be there in the next 100 years, in the next 50 years, but they'll look back and see, wow, there were women pushing, encouraging these girls to pursue science and technology. And that's really true. Guys, Zambians, you can help Zoe in so many ways, guys. And guess what? You put engineers in one place, guys. You put scientists in one place. You put health professional in one place. They can
Mm-hmm.
do so much work, guys. So
Yeah.
we need each other. Even on this platform, guys, I don't do this by myself. You see Zoe, you see you guys coming. I need you guys. I can't do this by myself. I will need, people like you. I need other people to participate. We need each other for us to be able to go further in front. So you never know what you can do if you guys team up. Even us from here, we can try to get some support for you, things like that. But we have to be more organized so that we can help girls out there. And guys, we're not only talking about Zambia, we're talking about other countries as well. We team up, we do great work. So appealing to Zambians engineers there, team up, let's help these girls, let's help boys just get to another step. We don't have to do so much, like, exaggerated as she's saying, but to
Sure.
start a little by little. We can educate them little by little, showing them this is how you go into these classes, this is how you join these classes, things like that. Wow. So Zoe, still, I'm going to give you the last word to say. So what would you say to those girls that you're trying to encourage, and those girls that haven't yet started, and how would you want these girls to join you, to be part of you? Can you explain in details? How can they find you? What do you want from them? Express how do you want them to learn about this founder at Girls Code at Zambia?
Um, okay, so it's for everyone watching and for everybody who's going to share this with someone who they feel they'd like to engage. Um, Firstly, I would talk about how you can find us. Is something free that you could actually get to. So our coding classes and every program that we have is free. You're not charged for anything. And if you'd like to reach out, we have social media platforms where you can just engage. And the easiest and most convenient right now being Facebook and WhatsApp. So we're on those platforms, and if you'd really be interested in engaging, then you could just reach out. We have the social media handles as Girl Coders Zambia across all platforms. So whichever you're most comfortable with, you could just reach out from there. So
Yes.
with us, there are no requirements. So you don't need to meet a specific requirement for you to be perfect to join. So whether you're in school, whether you're not in school, you're still eligible. The only thing that we look for in that young girl is the interest. That's it. So if you're interested and you reach out to say you really want to take part in that program, then you could always reach out, and we have some mentors, we have some people who can engage and just actually be able to run you through the process, who will be with you throughout the learning, the course of learning, until a point where you're actually able to stand for yourself. And one thing that we have really built, would want to build on, is actually getting to have ambassadors. So what we want is, we educate that girl child, and what we do is impart the skill in that child, such that they're able to offload and give to the next person, because we cannot do it on our own. So even
Mm,
as we are calling young girls to come, we are calling you not to become only participants, but also to become a part of us, to help us achieve this
yes.
goal that we have. So it's just about reaching out For others, they might be scared to say, no, it's a program for geniuses, they'll require to see my
No,
results and
no,
all
no.
that, which is the case
Everyone
for
has a
most.
part to play in there.
That's true. That's right. So you don't need to be intelligent actually. So if I may actually get to think of it, there's just one time I sat to think. I feel um STEM is a lazy section. Let me not say okay, lazy in a good way,
In
because
a good way.
why I say this is we have automated a lot of things. Why? Because we do not want to do a lot of work. So
Yes.
I'll give an example of electronic systems. So back then, I think there was this person who was so tired of always working with manual work, with having papers all over, having to write and all that. So it's that laziness in them that
Yes.
built that instinct for them to actually find something
That's
electronic,
a
an
good
easier way
one.
of doing
Yes,
it.
of
So
course.
we actually want those people who are lazy because they always find the easiest way of doing something. So you don't need to be
I
genius.
like that point. I really do.
That's right. You don't need to be a genius. You want that same laziness. So if you have failed in school, STEM is a way to go.
Yes.
Honestly, all the developments that we have are not always from the brilliant minds. They are from people who have actually seen a problem and seen that they need to find a solution. So, with regards to that, we have no requirements. So, you could always come through if you have that young fellow, you have a young sister, you have a sibling, a child. You could always just reach out to Girl Coders, and we'll be glad to engage with that person and just go ahead with our vision and mission to see that we have at least 60% of
Yes.
youths engaged in STEM. So for me, just one comment, sorry, before I go.
No.
There's one thing people get to ask, okay, would you force someone? Because others think when I'm encouraging, when I'm talking about STEM, I am biased. People say I am biased, but it's just, please come to STEM. Why wouldn't you like it really?
So
It
what
gives you the
what do they
skill.
mean when they say you're biased? Like
Because
how?
when I'm encouraging someone, sometimes
Mhm.
it's not that I'm pushing them in the corner, but I think for every time I talk about the advantages of STEM, it always
Yes.
points to me trying to tell someone to actually get into it, because regardless of the profession that you get into, STEM, just one field of STEM should always be a skill that you have. You may be a doctor now, and if they
Mhm.
require that you use an electronic system, how exactly are you going to go through it if you don't know any coding language? You don't know how instructions work with computers. How are you
Yes.
going to go through that process? You may be a bank account, you may be an accountant or a banker. You still get to interact with technology, you still get to interact with engineering. So I feel I always encourage them, if even if you get into any other careers, always give yourself time to at least pursue, just even it may not be a major, but just find time to pursue a career in STEM, because hand in hand with the career that you have, it always give you that top notch excellence, and it just brings out the intelligence. I think STEM is the new intelligence now, and
You know,
if
and you
someone
know the
does
other
not
thing,
do STEM,
Zoe, STEM
yes.
also in every career, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's embedded with science technology. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's embedded with technology, if you think of it. So I
Yes.
always tell my, those that I'm trying to encourage, I said, technology is everywhere. Tell me where technology is not. In
Mm-hmm.
accounting, there is programming. In
Yes.
health profession, there's programming. In engineering, we are programming robots to help us maneuver things from, take things from one place to another. Um, in construction, there's technology. There is those machines that are actually now, taking either those bricks from one place to another, and also 3D printing. It's programming. So tell me one place in other careers that does not involve what Zoe is trying to impute in these young girls. Tell me, guys, leave a comment down there and say, Kirsten, I think here you are lying. This does not involve technology.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, especially in the next future, technology has evolved tremendously. In the
That's true.
past 2 decades, it has moved so fast, such that in every area, we will need some kind of programming. in everything, guys, that you're doing. If not programming, it will involve at least enhancing whatever has been existing. One good example I always try to give is, remember, from United States going to South Africa, we used to take 18 hours before. How long are we taking, guys? We are taking 15 hours now. So can you imagine in the next future, right now as we speak, they are working on actually even making it faster. So technology is going to be used somehow, somewhere, to either improve what's existing or changing what's existing or something like that. So what Zoe is doing, I don't think anyone can run out of it. And that's how maybe we can try to explain to these to people mostly, because I see sometimes some people get some kind of resistance. They're like, oh, you just want me to be in STEM.
That's true.
Yes, I do get that. And, sometimes you have to be patient to explain to them exactly what STEM is and exactly what else can be done. So again, where can I know I asked this thing again. So how can they find you exactly? I don't know if you want to leave a phone number somewhere or.
Okay, if that's fine, maybe I can leave it in the comment section. I'll leave the social media handles and also the phone number that we use, most conveniently used on WhatsApp.
Yes.
So I can leave that in the comment section, and if there's anybody who would like to reach out, then yeah, they can use the platforms. We're active, and there's someone to really engage whenever they need something.
Okay. So, Zoe, could you give now the last word of, again, those girls growing in disadvantageous countries or disadvantageous area? How can they be encouraged to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics?
Okay, yeah. So basically, that's something also I've been thinking about. So
Mm-hmm.
in being disadvantaged, for me, basically, I looked at rural, those who are in the rural setup, who really
Yes.
do not have an opportunity, and
Mm-hmm.
persons with disabilities. So I was looking at these two groups because
Yes.
I would put them on the side of being disadvantaged. So for those in the rural, uh, it being a place where they have very poor internet, even if they would want to move around, walk around, learning processes and all, it would be quite hard. But
Yes.
if there's anybody who's listening right now and they are marked as being in that section of being disadvantaged, there is
Mm-hmm.
always a possibility. So I think what should be done now is just to put up systems that will just enable them to actually feel that they've been engaged and they're
Yes.
also a part of everything that we are actually getting to run to. So STEM really is huge and it's new every day. So others might think because we have been disadvantaged for a very long time, then it's not possible to join in. Then it won't be something they can hop into. So STEM is new every day. So even if you
Yes.
find it now, you still be at an advantage, even in as much as you are been in a disadvantaged side for a long time. Being a first day of knowing STEM is should just be treated as something that is new, something that has started on that particular day. So one other thing also would appeal to is like the people. So we have people really who are staying in those places and they have an opportunity to actually engage in such platforms or just have an opportunity to have access to places where STEM can be like an encouraging point or a place where they can get more information about it. I always encourage people to tell the next person something that they know about it because you might not know how far that message goes. So it's quite hard. And the fact that you've mentioned disadvantage, it talks about being hard to reach them. So for
Yes.
those who have an opportunity to reach them, in my place, I'm really working towards trying to be able to reach those people. At the moment, I'm beginning with persons with disabilities because we have
Mm.
those people, and I think they've been quite neglected in that field because STEM is deemed as something that is critical and it needs people who are really detailed, they pay attention to details. So I'm looking at someone maybe who has no sight. So how can we engage that person in STEM? They cannot
Yes.
how exactly can they play a role? We're looking at
Mhm.
someone has uh, who has a hearing impairment. How exactly can we engage them? So that's something I'm just working towards, and just engage with organizations that deal with persons with disabilities, so that we can partner and just see how we can engage those people also in STEM, and see
Yes.
also they can also play a role. Because if I have a disability, I'm disadvantaged, and I learn
Yes.
this, the first people I'll think of are those who are in my circle. So imagine we
Correct.
teach or introduce 10 people. Those 10 people will speak to 5 other people who are in their circle, and with that it's spreading. But if we
Yes.
do
Yes.
not engage them, we will not see change. So it's those people who we should target, and they will also be able to convey the message, or actually just take that word out to the people who are like them. So to those who are disadvantaged, if there are any who are listening, or if there's someone listening that knows a person of this sort, just reach out to them. Tell them about Kirsten. Tell them about Joseph. Tell them about all the people that have been on this platform, or any person that you know who's in STEM. So they're able
Yes.
to reach out to them, or they're just able to engage them in a certain way. So that's what I believe in. It's just about a word. So if you tell that word to someone, you just don't know how far, or the you don't know how far that word will go. So it's just about mentioning and not keeping the knowledge that you have to yourself. So that's
Wow.
that's one thing I mentioned about people who are disadvantaged.
Wow, thank you so much, Zoe. I really do appreciate. That's very interesting, and would like to learn more and know about how that it's going. Again, guys,
Mhm.
support Zoe. She's trying to encourage girls to pursue science and technology. Founder for Girl Coders Zambia. So please support her, guys. I have one more.